Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are here to discuss the Robinhood Layer 2 to Ethereum chain and what is possible with it and why it has taken a central role in many people's portfolio, including myself. So Robinhood Chain is a layer 2, ladies and gentlemen, meaning everything settles on Ethereum. So this is yet another opportunity to collect some Ethereum. But without further ado, let's get underway and let's just take a glimpse at what's possible with this brand new Robinhood Layer 2 chain. Starting with the VEX app on Robinhood. VEX app is here, the agent you can trust with your capital. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that means AI agent. So we are asking the question, what if, as we give a shout out to one of the best meme coins on Robinhood. And we're going to take a look at that also. But right now, with the theory, or the, how should I say, the theory of hope, the theory of optimism, the theory of, or the question, I should say, of what if? What if you woke up tomorrow with 7 figures? What if you believed in yourself more today than you did yesterday? What if you stayed on track and it all pans out? So that's what we are here to continue in the quest of that question. What if? So Project VEX is saying, what if, or what would happen if an AI agent ran at full capacity?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
But what would happen if, for some reason, we ignore somebody unlocked 100% of the cerebral capacity?
100%?
Yes?
I have no idea.
VEX has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. I've said it before and I will say it again. The perfect user for blockchain technology is not human beings, ladies and gentlemen. The perfect user for blockchain technology is AI. And the perfect user for AI is AI agents, you see. So we have to get to this generational wealth before the door is shut, because there's going to come a point very soon where we will not even be able, or we will be able to, but we wouldn't want to, because the AI and AI agents will be handling everything for us as we delegate responsibility of our repetitious chores to our AI agents and or AI and or robotics with AGI infused, of course. So this is what we are here to discuss today, and Robinhood is one of the many companies that is leading the way. Most of you know about Robinhood. We've got them chilling right here on the home screen. And before we get underway, ladies and gentlemen, no one understand nothing that I say here is financial advice. Everything that we are doing here is strictly for educational purposes. However, feel free to use me as a template as I continue to show you my journey and what I am personally doing. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm just saying here are some opportunities, and it's probably a good thing if you take advantage of the money that's on the table, ladies and gentlemen. Because what I seek to do is I seek to find the greatest APRs, the greatest self-custody plays that anyone can use to have self-custody and to continue to obtain appreciating assets that you can put into your treasury so that you can take part in this generational wealth. Because fiat, of course, as we know, you guys know I pull up my debt chart all the time showing you how fiat is constantly crumbling down. We're at 39 trillion in inflation, which means the purchasing power of every dollar in your pocket is only 3 cents and is going to get increasingly worse as time goes on, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go on and start out with a few tools here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, link for everything that I say here to help you get the proper tools. Every carpenter, if you're going to build a financial empire, you're going to need some tools, meaning you're going to need to know how to off-ramp your depreciating asset known as fiat into the cryptoverse and or Bitcoin. All right. So first up on the list, we have Uphold. I use Uphold every single day. Nothing that I say here is sponsored by anyone. I'm not being paid by anyone to say any of these things. So I am a free agent, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not being paid by anyone to say the things that I am saying. This channel is not monetized yet, but if a couple of you guys, continue to subscribe, I have more followers on Twitter than I do on YouTube. And it's like with Twitter, I'm not even trying. Like people are just, all over it, and I have far more followers on Twitter than I do on YouTube. And that's crazy because I have my YouTube channel for like 17 years or something like that. But anyway, go on and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get this channel monetized. Let's do all of these really great things. But getting back to Uphold here, Uphold, you can use it as what's referred to as a neo bank, meaning it's a bank that does not loan your money out. If you put 20,000, 50,000, $20, whatever you put in Uphold, whether it's a stable coin, whether it's your crypto or what have you, they do not lend your money out. They have vaults to custody your assets if you so choose to. If you're an XRP army guy, you could put your XRP in there. You could put your Bitcoin max, you could put your Bitcoin in there. If you're still working and you get a paycheck, you can have your paycheck sent directly to Uphold rather than a bank. And yeah, because when you put your money in a bank, it's not actually your money and they loan your money out and all of that stuff like that. So places like Uphold are going to become quite common in the future, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want a place to off-ramp into from fiat and into crypto, as well as holding your assets there, as well as, if you want to take out more than $10,000 or whatever there, and not having to go through any bureaucratic red tape, Uphold is a great place for you to do all of these things. And it's one of my major tools that I use as I navigate, the Internet of Things. Second, of course, is MEXC. MEXC is a great place that I've been using since the beginning of my crypto career. And, Uphold doesn't have every crypto. It has a great assortment of cryptos, but every once in a while, MEXC will have something that Uphold doesn't. So you can go on over to MEXC and do that as well. And if you're in a geographical location that doesn't allow you to use MEXC, what you can do is you can get a Palau ID. And basically what that is let me just show you that very quickly before we get underway, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to show you what is possible. And basically, I was grandfathered into MEXC for quite some time. I didn't have to KYC or anything like that. But eventually, what I had to do was I had to go and get a Palau ID, which allows me to have digital residency in another place. So yeah, let's just do this. There we go. I think this is the homepage here. Yes, this is the homepage, ladies and gentlemen, for Palau ID. And obviously it's ID verification, KYC, and it leads into an assortment of other things. 180 days stay per entry if you ever decide to go to Palau. And I actually have my ID already. And people like Vitalik of Ethereum, they all got this. But you can go to this website here. As a matter of fact, this my referral link for this will be down in the description below. But having this right here will allow you to get into some, not all, but some of the digital platforms that you want to get into, that the government has basically has a problem with it. Says, oh, well, or either the companies are scared, saying to come over here because of all the 3-letter and 4-letter organizations. This could help you get into a lot of platforms. But one of them, of course, is MEXC. And I know that for a fact because I did it myself, because I was grandfathered in to MEXC. And then just recently they started to clamp down. And yeah, and I just sent like $1,000 worth of Canton coin in there too. And I was like, and I couldn't get at it because they had put it behind that wall there. So that basically lit a fire under me to get my Palau ID, something I always intended to do. But I said, now, in order to continue on and to get my money that's locked behind this wall, I did so. So it took me a couple of weeks. And once I did that, I was able to log in using my Palau ID into MEXC with no problems whatsoever. And then, of course, we have KRAKEN, ladies and gentlemen. And KRAKEN was a very pleasant surprise. I kind of avoided KRAKEN for whatever reason for some time. And I finally decided to give it a go. And it's very impressive. And I'm starting to use KRAKEN more and more and more. And it's very user-friendly, and even in unexpected ways. And as a matter of fact, KRAKEN is the only account that has a Fed Master account. And basically a Fed Master account is an account where, they can utilize the Federal Reserve's, printing press to print money without having to ask permission to anyone. So yeah, so KRAKEN is one of the first, matter of fact, I think it is the first crypto exchange to hold a Fed Master account, meaning they're directly plugged in, to everything, And then, of course, we have Kinesis Money over here. Kinesis Money is a great place to go for tokenized gold and silver. They offer you a yield on your gold and silver as you store your tokenized gold and silver on their platform, and it is also redeemable. And they also offer you a financial advisor to help you reach your goals concerning tokenized gold and silver. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on over and let's take a look over here on Deck Screener. And the first place we're going to visit, like I told you, we're not doing any deep dives today. We're simply taking a glimpse at what is possible with the Robinhood blockchain. Why have they skyrocketed ahead of Coinbase by nearly double the liquidity? The best meme coin, in my opinion, is the What If token, ladies and gentlemen. I told you this was all a shout out to What If. And What If is a token that is doing extremely, extremely well. But it simply asks a question, like Crypto Archie and Crypto Millie has said, because they are all in on this thing here, and I'm all in with them. So shout out to Crypto Archie and shout out to Crypto Millie. But yeah, so we're all in on What If, because you don't have to explain it to anybody. It's just like, well, what if? What if you wake up to 7 figures tomorrow? You know, what if it all works out? You know what I'm saying? What if we're not crazy after all? You know, so this is a very great meme, you know, and as you can see, look at that chart. I don't believe you even seen a chart like that in a long time, because I live and breathe crypto, and I haven't seen a chart like this in a long time. And needless to say, you know, I put a sizable amount into this, into what if, you know, but the ticker is just if, of course, as you can see, and it's paired with wrapped ETH on Uniswap. But I put a rather sizable amount into this and another AI token that we're about to talk about next. And I did so well that I was able to take out the money that I put in, and I still have the amount that I bought in for, you know. So I've done exceedingly well already, and I'm still in the game. I just took out just enough so that I'm operating on house money right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So this is the token, What If? And, you know, you can go to the website, the Twitter, the Telegram. You can see they have a market cap of 5.5 million. But it's just getting started, ladies and gentlemen, because some of the other meme coins, they are way up until 423 million market cap, 500 million market cap. And those tokens are doing very well on Robinhood, and they're also meme tokens. And, you know, so that means like What If is just getting started out. And if you look, you know, it kind of resembles Dr. Manhattan from, you know, seeing the Watchmen, you know. And make sure you go down here. Make sure you have the correct contract address. Don't buy a fake coins, because you know they got fake coins out there. Make sure it starts out with 0x232C, and make sure it ends in 30D1, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, you can just click that little button right here on Deck Screener, and you can copy that contract address. And I like to use my Rabby wallet, and you can go into your Rabby wallet, you can do swap, and you can simply paste this address in there, and you can swap your Robinhood Ethereum. Robinhood is already available on the Rabby wallet, so if you're using MetaMask, you might have to import the blockchain into your MetaMask. But Rabby wallet is, yeah, once you use Rabby, you'll never go back to to other wallets, because I use the BitGet wallet, which is a great wallet, you know, but they kind of kicked me out because of geographical location. And I always use MetaMask, and I still keep MetaMask in the rear, because every once in a while MetaMask saves me. But for the most part, I'm 100% Rabby, guys. You know, the Rabby wallet, RABBY, with the little rabbit on it, of course. And if you guys have been here, you know that I've spoken about the Rabby wallet before. So that is a wallet when it comes to your EVM blockchains, and a Robinhood chain is already there. So this What If is a community takeover, ladies and gentlemen. A community claimed ownership for this token on July 20th, 2026. Community Chain, the original developer of What If, abandoned the project and ceased all communication. All right. And yeah, he ceased all communication, leaving no active leadership or official channels. Rather than letting the project die, the Boulder community organized a complete takeover, establishing a new official website, X account, and Telegram, all actively operated by community members. We are submitting this claim to update the token profile with the community verified this. Crypto Archie, Crypto Lifer, Crypto Millie, and other influencers have all invested in this project, and in a community member helping lead the community takeover. Okay? What if you never sold? What if the chart didn't shake you out? What if a community decided the game was broken and simply refused to play it? If was born the moment its dev walked away and nobody flinched. No team, no promises, just holders who looked at years of PvP extraction, snipers, and paper hands and said, not here. What if the anti-casino? What if it's the anti-casino? We don't trade each other. We outlast everything. Every holder is the dev now. So that's what's going on with this, ladies and gentlemen. And if you go over to the website, let's take a quick look at the website. And when you go here, it's going to go here and it probably looks a little better on the laptop, you know what I'm saying? But I'm specifically doing this because you guys know I like to zip around, and something about my laptop when I zip around on it, even though it has a lot of RAM, you know, it's a very strong computer, but for some reason the soundtrack gets knocked off. But if we click on this and we go to the actual website here, this is the actual website, What If? And then it goes here. It's very clean. It gives you the official contract address here. So it's, you know, whatifonhood.com. Whatifonhood.com, as you can see at the top there. You can read it for yourself. You could join the Telegram. I have. You could look at it on Deck Screener, as I just showed you. Okay, you aped earlier, you know, one question. I'm not going to sit here and read this whole page to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's very beautifully done, very clean, very impressive. Okay, and like I said, nobody's paying me to say anything, ladies and gentlemen. I'm simply sharing my journey with you and sharing what works on a universal level. You guys can use me as a template. If you do what I do, you will get similar results. All right. So, and I'm getting great results, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the first one. What if, ladies and gentlemen? Now, if we go back here and we go to AI. Now, this is a big one right here. And we're going to end the video with this one. Because, like I said, I'm just here to give you a glimpse. And between Project Vex, between What If, and between Artificial Inu, now I know you guys are looking and saying, you're saying the same exact thing I said. Man, not another dog coin. Come on. Okay, I got you. I said the same thing. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually adding, for the first time ever in crypto, bringing utility to meme coins. What did you just say? I said bringing utility to meme coins. That's right. Because now on the Robinhood Chain, this Artificial Inu, ladies and gentlemen, is now a meme coin that can be paired directly to tokenized stocks like Nvidia. And if we go down here and we look down, you see the pair there. You see there's the AI coin there. And then you see on the bottom, what's that? Nvidia, ladies and gentlemen. So we are now entering the area only possible on the Robinhood Chain, ladies and gentlemen. This is not possible on Solana. This, even though they do have tokenized stocks, but they don't have the ability to pair those tokenized stocks with meme coins. You might be able to pair it to stable coin, but not meme coins, ladies and gentlemen. So this is astronomical. And then, of course, this is also taking place, the actual liquidity provision is taking place on Uniswap. Now, for those of you that are new to crypto, for those of you that are sitting there, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because believe me, I've heard that before. And I've seen a lot of people quit crypto because they never answered the question, what if? What if I can be a crypto master? What if I woke up to 7 figures one day if I keep my nose to the grindstone? You see, they simply gave up on themselves, ladies and gentlemen. So you, my financial warriors, I know you have not given up, you know what I'm saying, all of you within the sound of my voice. And so for the first time, we are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, the evolution in DeFi. We are witnessing the tokenization of everything. We are witnessing the DTCC come in and unload or put on chain quadrillions of dollars. You do not have to chase the money, ladies and gentlemen. You just simply stand at the bottom of the waterfall and let the liquidity drench you. But you gotta get in it to win it, ladies and gentlemen. And this isn't like the lottery where you're putting your dollar up and you're hoping that you win by some force of luck somewhere in the universe because you feeling lucky. It's like, no. You have to come in here and educate yourself, get the right tokens, get in position, provide liquidity, earn fees, all of that, ladies and gentlemen. Because I steer you guys more towards investing and providing liquidity than trading. Because I even asked my AI on Venice AI, which is private chat GPT, done by Eric Voorhees, by the way. And if you guys been here, you know what that's about. And it's still one of my premier projects in my portfolio. But I asked Venice, I says, what is the percentage that traders get wrecked? And without holding anything back, it spit right back at me, and it said 70 to 80%. Yeah. So you see, I'm not saying don't trade. I'm just saying understand that if you do, you're gonna lose 70 to 80% of the time. All right. It is far more efficient for you to be an investor, where you accumulate appreciating assets, and then you stake those assets. You provide liquidity with those assets. You provide concentrated liquidity with those assets, and then you do what they call lending and borrowing, where you can borrow against, give yourself a collateralized loan, thus staying away from the IRS, because anytime you use borrowed money, there is no capital gains tax on that whatsoever. So you essentially become your own hedge fund, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, if we go to the website here of AI, which is Artificial Inu, and we simply go, it's going to take you here to a platform known as Long, ladies and gentlemen. And Long is the place where you're going to buy your meme coins that can be attached to tokenized stocks, where you're essentially using your stocks as if they were crypto, and you're providing liquidity, and you're routing that liquidity through different exchanges, where they're perp exchanges like Hyperliquid or what have you, ladies and gentlemen. So you can also take a look at this, because if we go to Long, and this is the thing here, but what I want to do, you can see the Robinhood chain is there, but you can also use the base chain as well, which is another layer 2 for Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen, of course. So if we go back here, and if we look at, let's just go to the landing page so you guys can see exactly what's happening, and then I'm going to let you go, okay? And we'll just go here. I just want you guys to see what Long is all about. And it's telling me that the site is not found. All right. So here we go. Just stick with me for 1 second, guys, because I got you covered. And I'm pretty sure that what I did is I actually hit the, I bookmarked it. Hold on one second. All right, so here we go. Here's the landing page here. And launch with stock tokens. As a matter of fact, you could even launch your own tokens on here, and making tokenized markets valuable again. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. So if you go here, you check it out. This is working in cohesion with things like AI and a bunch of other stuff. So this is the brand new one here. As a matter of fact, if we go to, let's take a quick look at what's going on Twitter. And as you can see here, here's the Twitter page at long.xyz. You can go here, and it's telling you Long is now live on the Robinhood app chain, supporting new token launches on top of Robinhood stock tokens. For the first time in crypto, we're merging RWAs as real-world assets, for those that don't know, with memes, community coins, and every other form of crypto-native asset. Our goal is simple: enable crypto to spark the biggest wave of retail adoption and impact since GME. I think that's GameStop, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. If it's not GameStop, just write down in the comment section and let me know what it is. Anyway, how it works: you pick a stock, whether it's SPSC, Tesla, Apple, or Nvidia and more, launch a new token on top of it, trade it normally, while the underlying stock token driving the market floor. Okay? So, yeah, this is what it's all about. So, if you want to go check me out on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here on Twitter as well. As a matter of fact, you can go over here to Kung Tech Fu, and this is me right here, of course. But, yeah, so you can see I have many more followers on Twitter than I do on YouTube. But we got to fix that, guys. But only you can fix that, you know what I'm saying? By smashing that subscribe and hitting that like button and letting YouTube know, you know what I'm saying, what the best YouTube channel actually is, ladies and gentlemen. Forget what you heard. This is where we give the real alpha that's going to give you the real information that you need in order to take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth ever in human history, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, I leave you as I came in the words of hope and what if. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be out. And you know what we got to do? What we come to do every day, which is to go on ahead and to get this crypto.